Hello and thanks for joining us on this Monday for THV 11 News at noon. I'm Jurnee Taylor and here are some of the headlines we're following today. Now at noon, a weekend of homicides on both sides of the river has Central Arkansas authorities searching for suspects and motives. What we know right now in less than 2 minutes.
A new early detection program is giving hope to people at high risk for pancreatic cancer. I'm Bradley Blackburn with more on how it could help save lives.
And vinyl records are spinning their way back to the cutting edge. At 12:22, we'll have how this old format is striking a chord with today's music fans. But first, we want to make a stop by the weather department. Meteorologist Nathan Scott, good afternoon on this muggy but beautiful Monday. We need some good news.
Beautiful to some, Jurnee, but I'm saying it's a sweat fest out there because you go outside, it does not take very long to start soaking in your shirt because it's so humid and the temperatures are climbing up very quickly. We're already at 87 in the capital city, seeing lots of sunshine. There's more clouds over into west and northwest Arkansas. Little low pressure system. You can see the swirl there in the cloud cover moving through Oklahoma, getting into northwest Arkansas. That will produce a few showers and storms, primarily well to the west and northwest of the metro for today. As a front starts to arrive, we'll see that chance start to go up for tomorrow somewhat. A little bit of a breeze out there. We've got the winds kicking in, mixing things up a little bit, about 10 to 15 miles per hour from the south-southwest. But look at your highs today, topping out into the upper 80s to lower 90s across the board. Cooler where the clouds are in Mena and Fort Smith, temperatures right around 80 degrees. Here's future radar with that small chance of a pop-up shower storm once again. Northwest Arkansas, here in central Arkansas, I think the chance is really 20% or lower. That chance of showers and storms goes up somewhat on Tuesday as a front makes its way through, and that front will bring us in some slightly cooler numbers and also less humid conditions. More on that coming up.
Well, right now, Little Rock Police and North Little Rock Police are investigating several series of shootings that happened over the weekend. Let's break it all down, starting with Little Rock. Police say 2 people were found shot near Chico Road and Mapleville Cutoff early Sunday morning. One of the victims is dead and the other is still in critical condition today. LRPD asked that anyone with information about this incident give them a call. Remember, you can stay anonymous. And North Little Rock police are also looking for suspects after an early Saturday morning shooting that left 1 person dead. According to authorities, officers found the body after responding to a shots fired call on Pritchard Road in North Little Rock. It was there where they found a man lying on the ground with an apparent gunshot wound. The victim was taken to a local hospital where he later died. The name of the victim has yet to be released, but police say this is still an active homicide investigation. And right now, the U.S. Marshal's Office is still looking for 2 people this morning. 29-year-old Brendan Brewer and 17-year-old Jacavian Harrell are considered armed and dangerous. Brewer is wanted for a felony possession of a firearm, while Harrell has been charged with capital murder by the Little Rock Police. Officials say they could be considered dangerous. Call 911 if you see them. Turning now to national headlines in Arizona, an investigation continues today after 7 people were shot at a weekend family gathering in Yuma. At least 2 people killed, 5 others sent to the hospital. Most of the victims were teenagers, and a 16-year-old was flown to a Phoenix hospital where he is now fighting for his life. Now, less than a week after the policy known as Title 42 ended, the situation along the southern border is much calmer than many expected. The pandemic-era policy turned away migrants to help stem the spread of COVID. Skylar Henry reports.
Significantly fewer migrants have been crossing the border from Mexico in the past 2 days, and U.S. officials say the 50% drop is evidence that their new rules are working.
They have gone down. My hope is they'll continue to go down, but we have a lot more work to do.
The Biden administration is turning away anyone who didn't first seek asylum in a country they traveled through to reach the U.S. border. In addition, migrants caught crossing illegally will not be allowed to return for 5 years and can face criminal prosecution if they do.
We've already removed thousands of people who have arrived at our southern border.
But Republicans say the numbers are still unacceptable and that detention facilities in southern border communities are dangerously overcrowded, including this one in El Paso, Texas.
There's over 6,000 people that are in custody. In this particular facility, it's meant to house 1,000 people. It's housing over 3,000. Just this week, there was a migrant child that died in HHS custody.
President Biden and numerous local leaders along the border are calling on Congress to pass bipartisan immigration reform, but nothing has happened.
I think this is not a Democratic or Republican problem. It's an American problem, and things should have been done a long time ago.
Even with border crossings going down, the union representing patrol agents says around 25,000 migrants were being held in U.S. Customs and Border Protection facilities. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And President Biden says he has no plans to visit the border anytime soon because it would be disruptive. All eyes are on Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis as he weighs a potential president run. DeSantis held a number of events in the state of Iowa while former President Trump had to cancel a rally there over the weekend due to a tornado threat. While not attacking Trump directly, DeSantis told Iowa voters that the GOP, quote, must reject the culture of losing that has infected our party in recent years, end quote. Thanks to Arkansas Business, we have some new numbers on FEMA tornado relief today. We've learned that as of last Wednesday, more than 8,400 people have registered for FEMA assistance. Almost 3,300 applicants have been approved for disaster assistance through FEMA's Individual Assistance Program. They'll get a chunk of the $7 million FEMA has okayed to help people in Cross, Lone Oak, Pulaski, and Pulaski counties recover from the tornadoes that tore through the state on March 31st. And the Purple Cow on Cantrell, heavily damaged by the March 31st tornado, is aiming for an October reopening. This is video now from that area after the storm was hit. No employees were hurt when the tornado struck, but the building lost its patio canopy and the roof of the main structure, as well as all windows and doors. The goal is to reopen in October. Comes from the restaurant chain's president, Ken Vaughn. Owners are looking at what they might do differently in rebuilding the 1,700 square foot structure. We've also been following the ongoing battle on the rights to personal property and privacy. With short-term rentals like Vrbo and Airbnbs, the issue comes to a head today in Little Rock as the city looks to add new regulations. This evening, the city of Little Rock will offer residents the chance to give their feedback on a proposed ordinance related to short-term rental properties. We are seeing similar ordinances and laws pick up steam around the state, including in North Little Rock, where at the beginning of the month, a new ordinance was introduced that would ban short-term rentals in some residential areas. And at the Capitol, there was even some talk over these short-term rentals, but Senate Bill 197 ultimately died at the end of the session. The meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. today at the Nugent Center on the campus of Philander Smith College. The community meeting will also be streamed live on the City of Little Rock Facebook and YouTube pages for residents who are unable to attend in person. And we, of course, will have more from that meeting tonight at 10. CAPES, the organization pushing a challenge to the Arkansas Learns Act, says they'll hit the pavement this week to advance their goal. Attorney General Tim Griffin rejected their revised referendum proposal last week. He says the new version once again fails to address problems he says was the first one, including missing and insufficient summaries. Like last time, CAPES is planning to get a third version ready quickly, but in the meantime, they're planning to mobilize supporters across the state this week. A second Arkansas library now joining a fight against a controversial state law. The Fayetteville Public Library has voted to join the Central Arkansas Library Systems in a potential lawsuit challenging Act 372. The bill aims to protect Arkansas kids from obscene material. It does so by broadening who can call library material obscene and allows punishment if someone is caught giving that content to minors. CALS will hold a final vote on whether to file the lawsuit, and that's expected to happen 10 days from today, and that's May 25th. Well, get ready, Hawk fans. This week, the One Razorback Road Show may be coming to a town near you. You'll have a chance to talk with all kinds of notable Razorbacks, including head coaches Sam Pittman and Eric Musselman, the athletic director, the Spirit Squad, and even Tusk 6. Several events are planned, including public receptions, giveaways, and community service projects. Now, if you want to go to one of the events, you can RSVP online. Here's the list of stops. Today, they'll be in Harrison and in Batesville this evening. Tomorrow, they'll be in Wynn, where they'll be helping with tornado recovery. We'll have more details in the full schedule online at thv11.com. Well, when we come back, we will take a look at the new cancer screening that could save the lives of thousands who die of pancreatic cancer every year. More on the test you should ask your doctor about in 6 minutes, but what we can do right now is check on weather. Nathan.
It is a very warm start to the new work week, Jurnee, but we'll see some cooler temperatures and less humid conditions build their way in. This is the hottest number that we'll see for the next 7 days, expecting high into the low 90s. I'll let you know what to expect for the rest of the work week coming up.